Oh, make sure your phones are off. Oh, we're live. Right.
Phones can be on, can we? But I'm gonna check the comments and stuff on my phone, you know. But
yeah, no, I mean sound. Yeah. Right, we're live.
Cool.
Cool.
But I'm gonna check the comments and stuff on my phone. Welcome. Who's locked in already? We wait for the numbers to build up, boys. And
yeah. Wait for you to join us, and then we'll start.
Click that share button if you can, guys. The more people, more interesting it'll be, I'm sure.
Yeah, and if you're sharing, remember, if anyone wants to watch it, they've obviously got to join the group first. So.
And we can see your comments, guys, on Facebook. But if you want us to see it on the app that we're using on screen as well, there's a little link, I believe, is it, when they log on, guys?
Just in the description of the video there, yeah. If you just click on the streamyard.com/Facebook link, and then everything should flash up on the screen for us to see in both apps as well.
Yeah, cool. So, yeah, I've got it. Yeah, we can. So I can see their comments on Facebook, and then on here, look, it hasn't got sort of names for some of them. So.
I think it's the 50-50 split between sensible questions and banter, like Swankies.
Yeah, there's a lot of comments still coming up, guys. It just says Facebook user for us, so we can't actually see who's saying anything. So if you just need to click the StreamYard link in the description of the video and just give permission for StreamYard to display your username, then we can see who it is.
Yeah, I think, yeah, because so basically, guys, if you give us permission, if you click on the link and give permission, then we can grab your comment and look. There we go. We can put your comments up on the screen. So if you want your comment up on the chat, make sure you give permission for your name to be used. What's up, Swank?
So it's about 50, just under 50 now. So should we just give a little sort of rundown of what this is all about?
Yeah, okay, so yeah, go on then, Dale.
Okay, well, it's our first one, so it is trial and error, and for this one there's no set agenda, it's just a chat, and you guys can choose what you want to chat about, whether it's music, whether it's events, what's happening with the non-existent nightclub and events and stuff going on at the moment, anything you guys want to chat about. If things go well, then, you know, we want to do more of these and perhaps make them more specific. So there could be one about the podcast going forward. There could be ones about events going forward. One in particular for Westfest, as an example. So anything. So you know, there's lots of potential off the back of this. But today is just a bit of fun, bit of banter, yeah, just want to find out what you guys want to talk about. So any questions, then fire away.
Yeah, definitely. And again, just to remind everyone else who's joining, if you click the link in the post description and just give permission, then we can display your questions on the screen. But we can only do this if you click the link. And so, yeah, if you want us to click on your question and answer your question, make sure you click that link and give us permission. So, yeah, we've been wanting to do this for quite a while, but just trying to find the best way to do it. I know usually with Facebook Live, you can sort of only have one person on there. So yeah, we've just been spending a little bit of while trying to figure this out. But yeah, like Shaka said, hopefully this will be a regular thing we can keep doing. If you want us to do it regularly, I guess now we haven't got much better to do. we're all stuck in. So yeah, okay. So I tell you what, we got enough people in here already, so let's get going. So guys, one more time, click that link, give Facebook permission, and then give us some questions. Yeah, so click the link to give permission, and then give us the question, and we'll pop the question up on the screen and we'll answer it. So let's have a look. Have we got anything so far? All right, cool. Let's have this one first. Who's going with that first, James?
Yeah. This question pops up all the time, and it's a bit of a crazy question, really, because obviously times change and obviously technology changes, and there's people who are DJs now that weren't playing in clubs and other venues when 1210s were the only thing that we had to mix on. So the biggest DJs in the world now use USBs, technology, everything else. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. If people can mix on vinyl, that's great. If people mix with CDs, that's great. If people mix with USBs, that's great. Who cares?
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a bit of a dated question now. I think it was probably more relevant when, like CDJs were first coming in and, when it was still in that transition phase. But I just think now it's just a dated question. I don't think it matters. There is the argument maybe there's a little bit more skill with vinyl, but then it depends how you use it. I mean, you only have to, I'm sure there are technical DJs who use sort of Pioneer CDJs and controllers that can probably blow people away some people away who use vinyl. So, different skills, different equipment. It's just, I don't think it matters too much.
The only thing I'd add there is if you can't mix on vinyl, or if you've never tried, have a go, because it's a load of fun. It's a different experience, and you really, really enjoy it. It's frustrating, but more practice you do, the better you get at it, and it's a different thing. It's just when it is really, it's loads of fun.
Yeah, and I do think mixing on vinyl is a little bit more difficult, and obviously I think if you go from learning on vinyl to learning on like sort of CDJs or a controller, I do think it's easier, because it probably is the most difficult medium to learn on, but it doesn't matter too much, and it is more fun. I do find it probably a little bit more fun, although even though I find mixing on vinyl more fun, there's no way in the world I would want to mix in vinyl in the club. And when I've gone back and tried it, when I've done a rare like vinyl set, it's horrifying. People bouncing around and the needles start jumping, and I don't even know how I used to go. Yeah, it's good to move on. Good to move on, definitely. So let's have a look what other questions we got then. Whoa, hang on. Okay, wait, there we go. And yes, okay. Who's been in the house the longest? I don't think I've left, have I? I might have left once just to do a little bit of shopping. So yeah, if you mean the last couple of weeks, I've only been out once. So
I've been out every day because I've got to go to work.
Yeah, I'm the same. I've been quite lucky, really. Well, you say lucky in this situation is a bit crazy, really. But yeah, I'm a key worker myself, so I've just been going out to work as normal. So it gives you a bit of a break from the house for sure. Yeah,
just to say that even though I've only been out once, I probably wouldn't have been out more than that anyway. Even if the isolation life is, unless I got a gig, I do lead the isolation life, so nothing much has changed for me, apart from losing all the gigs, which is fucking devastating.
Completely.
So, okay, what else we got? All right, cool. So someone is asking about Westfest. You need to click the link in the post to give Facebook permission to display your name, and then we can put the question up. So do that, and we'll come back to that one. Malcolm Mad Dog says, "Hey boys, what's up, mate?" So yeah, for anyone, there's a few questions here. Again, you need to click the link in the comments, give Facebook permission, and then we can put your question on the screen. All right, wait there. What's that? Just as long as Jamie covers his shit. Okay.
I've cut my hair myself twice since I've been on lockdown. Like it's it started off really cool, and now it's it's going to be crazy.
Let's have a look for a whole job.
That's all right.
That's not bad. So I haven't had the guts to cut mine myself. I'm saying we're in a hat. Yeah.
Take your hat off.
No, it's you. All right, cool. What else we got? Where's the best place to let you guys hear a track? Just gonna fire it out there off the bat. For me, I don't know. I guess just a message. Just drop us a message on Facebook, and I might be a little while sort of getting to listen to it if I got a load of messages. But I usually get around to reading and replying to most of my messages. So yeah, but the one thing you don't want to do, like some now and again, like I do get people who'll send me a track, spend an hour updating it, send it to me again, and like, yeah, I don't want to hear the same track a bunch of times. So just keep working on it until you feel like you've absolutely nailed it, and then I'll give it a listen. What about you guys?
Don't just send a link. That doesn't mean anything, you know. Want a little bit of info about you and what it's all about, you know.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, always good to give a little bit of info. What about you, Jane?
Yeah, I'd say the same. Just send messages on Facebook, and I'll get round to giving it a listen. I always reply to everybody anyway. One thing I will say is, if you send me something and I don't reply to you straight away, just give me a few days, because people do send me stuff all the time. Like, and if someone sends me a track and then badgers me every half an hour to see whether I've listened to it or not, and yeah, I could do without that really. But I will listen to them all.
Another one, Mr. Cali.
Have we lost him?
I don't know. Can you hear us, dude? Ian. No, his sound's gone. No way. Or is he just blanking us?
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah.
Ian. He's okay. Just to explain to everyone at home, Ian's the host. He's running everything. Yeah, you. Oh no! Oh, he's just had the text. Yeah. So Ian's the host, and he's the one that's got all the bits and pieces to bring up the questions and so on. It looks like his sound has gone. So bear with us, guys. I'll just find out from.
Yeah, we can have a look through the questions here, but we can't actually press to put them on the screen just because Ian's. But we can still have a look and answer some of these questions maybe. And
there was one. There was one I just saw just for you, Jamie. I think from Racy asking.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, some more hardcore. If you you know what your plans are there, what you're doing there.
Well, with the UK hardcore stuff, I started making stuff when I was in the studio, just sort of for a bit of fun for myself, really. And the idea behind that was to just give tracks away for free download or something. And again, just sort of taking me away from the hard style a little bit when I was sort of running out of ideas, trying something a little bit different. But the response has been crazy for the hardcore stuff, and I was really surprised by that, really. And I've got my first track that's been signed now to quite a decent, respectable label as well, which again was amazing for me. So I'm going to keep doing it, and I'm not going to make an alias for hardcore and then J-Trax for hardstyle or anything else. I think I'll just make whatever I feel like at the time in the studio, and there'll definitely be some more hardcore tracks for sure.
Yeah, there's and I heard the stuff you've done, and it's really good. It's top quality stuff. I think there's a lot of crossover stuff now with events, hardstyle and hardcore, kind of merging together, fusing together, not just the music but the artists.
Yeah. I'm just going to take a call because Ian's trying to give me a ring now. Yo, dude, what's happened?
We did say this is the first time, guys. So
okay.
It is a trial, and it is trial and error. We'll find out what's going on now, guys.
Yeah. Okay, I'll explain that, man. It's all good. Yeah. Okay, dude. All right, bye. Yeah, he's having issues. His microphone's playing up with him. So, worst case scenario, guys, what we might have to do is just end the stream briefly.
Right, guys, can you hear me now?
Yeah,
you can hear me.
Yeah.
I can't hear you though. I see anything. I can't. So okay. Let me keep fixing. Hang on.
Technical issues, guys.
Yeah, worst case scenario, we may have to stop and restart it in sort of 5-10 minutes. Like I said, it is the first time we're doing this, and it is trial and error. But keep the questions coming. Oh, actually, these questions are going to disappear now. Okay, let's wait to hear from Ian, see what we need to do. If we do need to restart, you guys may have to repeat the questions, but we'll find out what's going on now.
And again, just to say one more time, guys, there's a link in the comment of the video. The description of this live stream is a streamyard.com/Facebook link. If you click on there, you just give permission to Facebook to be able to have your name transmitted to us when you post a comment. At the minute, we've got loads of questions here that just says Facebook user, no profile image or anything else. So if you can click on that link, it just helps us to know who's asking the questions. That's all it is.
Yeah. Did he say he was going to restart, Jim, or not?
I just said he was playing with his settings and stuff, so we'll just give him a few minutes and see what happens.
Playing with the settings, that could take a while, isn't it?
Yeah.
Any questions that we can see here?
I've got one. Again, it just says Facebook user, so I'm not sure who it's off, but it's saying Dale, what's the lowest you'll take for your HDUK t-shirt?
Okay, well, let's go for the highest bid. Who's now? I tell you what, that's got to be that's one of 3 people. That is. I don't do delivery either, guys. Oh no, it could be a lot of people actually. It's not for sale. Fuck off.
I don't think that you're going to ever seriously be able to sell anything again.
I don't. It's every time I do something, it's great because it keeps going back into the news feeds, which is brilliant.
Yeah.
I have sold stuff, so it does get done. But I think Justin Kashi has still got his Pioneer mixer, guys. If anyone's interested,
I'm just going to speak to Ian again once again. Yo, dude. Yeah. All right, no worries, dude. We'll let everyone know. All right, buddy. Bye-bye. Okay, guys. So we're going to. After just end the stream briefly, we'll be back in maybe 5 minutes time or something. We're just gonna have to restart everything just so that we can get the settings and everything working at Ian's end. But yeah, if you can click to get notifications as soon as we go back live, or just hang around in the community page and you'll see that anyway. And just to remember, click on the StreamYard link in the description of the video just so that we can see your names.
All right, guys, see you in a couple of minutes.
Yeah. Okay, guys.
I just thinking, Jim, can we end this?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah. So,
so I'll message Dale and tell him to click the link again.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Sorry about that. Yeah, sorry about that. Technical problems. Don't know what happened there. My sound, I couldn't hear a thing. So, yeah, we just wait for Dale to join us. Brilliant. All the questions have popped back up as well. Okay, guys, while we wait for Dale to join us again, for anyone who's recently joined us, if you click the link in the post, it'll ask if we can have permission basically to display your question up on the screen. So click the link, give permission, and then when you're asking questions, we can pop them up on the screen. So, yeah, do you know where Dale is?
I've messaged him, so hopefully...
fucking sound's gone again. I can't... What the hell?
Hey, guys.
Yo. I think his sound's going again now.
What, Ian's sound?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Are we live on Facebook again still? Yeah.
Yeah.
So are we better off just stopping this completely and redoing it?
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with it because it was as soon as he joined again, his sound was there and it's disappeared again. So
that's what I mean. It's stopped like halfway through, isn't it?
Yeah, it keeps muting his microphone for some reason. Sorry about this, guys. Like I said, it's first time we've used the software, and obviously Ian's computer don't like it.
It'll get better, I'm sure.
Yeah.
in time.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Oh dear.
Yes, Mr. Rez, I've got to find something for sale. I don't do delivery, okay?
Yeah. Does it keep muting your microphone? Is that what it is? I think what we should do, dude, if you end the live stream completely and then we'll just redo it.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, bear with us, guys. Yeah, cool.
That's right, Rusty. They don't like him. He kicked out.
Yeah, end the stream, dude, and we'll start afresh. Yeah. All right, cool. Okay, guys, we're going to end the stream properly this time because his computer just don't like it at all. So fingers crossed we'll get this sorted out in the next few minutes, and we'll be back again.
Cool. Look out for the link again, guys, and we'll be live very soon again. And don't forget, click that link so we can see who's commenting and what your name is and so on.
And I'll just make sure he's going to end the stream this time.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. We'll need to share as well, then, won't we?
Okay, fingers crossed.
All right, guys, we're back.
Cool.
So yeah, sorry about the problems there. I couldn't hear anything. My mic wasn't working, so I think Jamie and Dale were trying to get rid of me.
Yeah, didn't work.
Yeah, so we'll give it 2 minutes. Let a few of you join again.
Yeah.
So yeah, sorry. Jamie and Dale trying to get rid of me.
Yes.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us again. Sorry about the technical problems. It's our first one, so hopefully we'll get better at this as we go along. Okay, right, cool. So there's a good bunch of you there already. Okay, so reminder, guys, if everyone can click the link in the post just above the video, it'll give us permission to display your questions on the screen. So yeah, when you type questions, then we can share them on screen with your name. So yeah, click that link, give us permission, and we'll go through your questions now, and we'll pop them all up.
Yeah. If you guys, it just comes up as Facebook user, so we don't know who's asking the question. We can't see who it is.
Yeah. Also, someone's commenting, "Where's the sound?" Can you guys just like comment? I don't know. Can you just tell us if you can hear the sound? Okay, just to make sure we haven't got any problems again. So can you hear, guys? If you can just type yes, I can hear, or whatever you want to type.
Fingers crossed.
Sounds fine. All right, good.
Cool.
We can hear you. All right, cool. We'll crack on then. So, yeah, sorry about the technical issues, but yeah, hopefully we won't be having those again. All right, cool. So, yo, Blakey, how's it going? Right, let's have a look at questions. Still a couple of questions here where you need to give us permission to be able to put these. So click the link in the post just above the video, and then we can pop your questions on the screen. Adele, hope you're all staying well. Yeah, we're all good. How are you, Adele?
Hey, Adele.
Yeah,
Long time no see.
Old school.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, cool. So what's this question we got? Do you guys think there'll be a Westfest this year?
Fingers crossed.
Do you know what, 4 weeks ago, I'd have said definitely, yeah. I guess it just depends what happens. I mean, and how long all this craziness lasts for.
At the moment, it is. It's still on. We haven't been told otherwise.
Yeah.
But it's
still a long way off as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it is October. It is October. So I'd say at the moment it's very likely. I'd be very surprised if any events that are that far ahead. I'd be really surprised if they don't end up going ahead. I think after as well, missing out on so many good events, we're all going to want Westfest to happen as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it you know, all this happening could be Westfest busiest year, couldn't it?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
that's a good point. Yeah, that's a really good point. I think, yeah, well, you know, when events, I think I said this at the very start. I think when events start back up again, you could find that a lot of events get busier, and you know, it could be a nice little sort of resurgence of, you know, yeah, just more people going out. So yeah, that would be really nice.
Yeah, it would. Yeah.
Roughly how many tracks have you made since being in lockdown? That's one for Jamie, isn't it?
Oh wow.
55, wasn't it? 55.
Yeah, I'm usually doing at least 1 or 2 a week.
Jesus Christ.
Something. Yeah. I spend too much time in the studio, I think.
Yeah, I need some lessons on how to finish tracks off Jamie, I think. No, I've got so many tracks that are unfinished, but I've just been super busy with studio work, doing like mastering, vocal editing, engineering, tuition. I think the problem is now I've lost all my gigs, and I'm, you know, one of the few people who's lucky enough in hard dance for it to be my full-time job. So losing all my gigs just meant I've had to spend almost all my time, you know, doing jobs for other people. So hopefully before long I'll get back to finishing some tracks, which I know I really need to do because it's been a while since my last one. So yeah, hopefully there'll be some more coming soon. Blakey, how are you all doing with this lockdown? How are we coping, guys?
Yeah, fine. Yeah, okay. Plenty to do. I've got a list. When I'm not working, I've got a list as long as my arm to get on with stuff. I've painted and decorated the living room, the dining room. and there's loads of other places that I need to move on to. So yeah, I'm not bored at all.
Yeah, for me, life hasn't changed much. I mean,
You guys?
Yeah, you know, been in isolation for several years, apart from gigs on the weekend. So yeah, lots of being in the studio. Like I said, I do want to get back to working, doing studio work for myself. But yeah, nothing much has changed here. I'm definitely missing the gigs on the weekend.
Yeah, man.
Okay, cool. Are you back now, bitches? Yeah, cool. Okay, so Nutty T, right, guys? You all need to. We've just seen. I just saw today. James has posted up an interview we did with him for Zone Magazine. So if you haven't seen it already, I've yet to post it to my pages, but I'll be doing that later. If you hit Nutty T up, I'm sure he's got it on all his pages already. But yeah, there's a cool little interview that me and Dale did with him. So yeah, when we finished here, go check it out. Cool. Yeah, guys, remember, click the link in the post so we can display your comments on the your questions and comments on the screen. So sorry, I'm just trying to find the next one here. Oh, what happened there? The screen is flipped. Hang on. Sorry, guys, just trying to find the next question. Okay, what we got? Since this lockdown, has your flow of creativity still been as driving as it would be if you were still out doing gigs and being amongst the scene? That's a good question. Go on, Jamie. You've been working on the most music, so what do you think?
I think definitely for people sort of working more on music and creativity has had a bit of a boost for me, I suppose, because we haven't got anything else to sort of be occupying our time, so we've got plenty of time to sit and think about different ideas for tracks and play around with different ideas and that. So yeah, I think it's probably definitely helped me, I would have thought, just to just concentrate solely in the studio and nothing else really.
Yeah, I think that, well, this Q&A is probably a perfect example of you know, trying to be creative and think of something else we can do. Sort of being stuck at home and just trying to think of ideas and, you know, new things we can do for you guys. We've got a couple of other ideas we're toying with as well, but this was the easiest one to launch first, so we thought we'd get this one going. And if you missed us in the first part as well, we were saying, you know, we're hoping to do more of these, some different ones as well. Perhaps we might tie one in a month with a podcast. We've also got another project we're launching soon, which we'll be tying it in with that as well. And yeah, if you guys have got any ideas for us, if you want us to do one of these a week, I mean, if you can think of something, some kind of interesting angle we can sort of come at and do these, then yeah, we'll keep doing them.
100%.
So right, what else we got? Yeah, how are we keeping busy musically with upcoming gigs that are to be cancelled? Yeah, I think we've sort of answered that already. Jamie's keeping the busiest.
And yeah, I think this is just a good example of still wanting to contribute and do things on the music side of things. So you know, if we're locked in, we can't go anywhere, then what can we do online? You know, we've spoke about doing music streams as well. So whether that's something we do going forward, you know, I don't know. We're still sort of chatting about that, but yeah, you know, it's still inside. So you still want to do stuff, don't you? You know?
Yeah, I think the music live stream we're definitely going to do it, but yeah, we've sort of all been chatting about it, and at the moment there's just, I mean, so many people are doing live streams, and we want to do it, but we want to do something a little bit different. So we're just trying to come up with the sort of perfect idea, just to bring something a little bit different to the table, just to make it a bit different to all the other ones going on. So yeah, we're still working on that, but hopefully we'll have something for you soon. Yeah, you guys can decide that. So
if we all pick each other,
Yeah.
You know,
yeah. Okay. Hello, Kyle. How's it going?
Hey, guys.
Yeah, I might be wrong. I'm sure I saw late last night. It was your birthday yesterday. So if I did see that, happy birthday. And if I didn't, sorry. I'm pretty sure I did though. So hey, Ryan from the States. How's it going? What else we got?
Yeah, we covered.
Yeah, Dale, are you selling anything, Dale?
No, nothing to say at the moment. Actually, there may be a few things available once all this virus thing settled down. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled, guys.
Yeah, for those who don't know, Dale is notorious for selling things on Facebook.
and people ripping into me for doing it.
Yeah, everyone loves him for selling stuff. So where we go, yeah. Stunt duty. Oh yeah, that video.
No, I didn't know. I was, I rolled correctly. Yeah, no, everything was done perfectly. So no, I'm fine, thank you, Jeff.
Yeah, I think we all need an event this year as well.
Sure.
I think that. I mean, can you imagine the first event, the first weekend, everyone sort of goes back out is just going to be bonkers.
I know. There are events that haven't postponed yet. So Mark's is still on in June and so on. So one of these lucky events going forward in the next couple of months is going to be one of the first ones that people can go to. So yeah, I think we're all hanging out for that first gig.
Yeah, I really think, like I said, I really think that when gigs start back up again, you could see a little boost in numbers of people wanting to go out again. So that would be really cool.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Who's your favorite American hard dance producer at the moment? That's a really good question. Loads of talented guys over there. I think if I have to name someone, I know I'm a bit biased because I've worked with him, but I'm gonna have to say Michael Faze. Simply because I mean he's a super talented guy. Even before I sort of hooked up with him and sort of got friendly with him and we started working together, I mean he was always I always sort of admired his production style, and I think for me he's up there in my sort of top 3 producers. Top few producers. So yeah, and I love the way he gives back as well with his tutorials and yeah. What about you guys?
I agree. I think Michael Faze for the effort and the work that he puts in to help everybody out is amazing, and obviously his production is top draw. Like, and it's not sort of pigeonholed to one genre either. The guy can do pretty much anything. So yeah, hats off to him. I think another one that stands out to me, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, it's KG for the euphoric hard style stuff. Yeah, big fan of his stuff as well. Yeah,
very, very cool producer. Yeah, what about you, Dale?
Michael Faze, straight away, he's the one that springs to mind. We've featured him on the podcast a couple of times now, I think. So yeah. He's up there for sure.
Yeah, if you guys, anyone who hasn't sort of heard his music, although I'm sure most of you have, if you listen to the latest episode of the HDUK podcast, we've actually got his tune as the closing track on there, and it's incredible. It's really fresh. It reminds me a little bit of like a sort of like Linkin Park. I mean, it's it's a Linkin Park hard style sort of hybrid. You have to listen to it. It's really cool. So yeah, that's our answer there. But yeah, mate, you're also putting out some good stuff. So yeah, keep it coming. I've been playing a few of your tracks in my sets as well. So yo, Mr. Toxic, how's it going? Okay, guys, there's still a few people with questions as well who haven't clicked the link to give permission, so we can't put your comments on the screen until you click that link. So make sure you do that. What else we got? Canyon Juice reunion after this coronavirus is blown over. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that'll happen, but at the moment, Mr. Juice he's abroad, so he's escaping. he's escaped the madness over here while we're all locked in. He's I think he's on a beach sunning it up. So, and you know, he's actually living out there at the moment. So I'm not quite sure what his long-term plans are. I'm sure he'll be back. I'm sure that'll happen again. But yeah, I'm not too sure at the moment. So, okay, old school, definitely happy. Shut up, so nice. Wow, Jesus Christ, 50, no way. Where the hell does the time go? Yeah, yeah, well, happy birthday for next
happy
Thursday.
birthday, Del.
Rave anyway, guys.
Hello.
Wicked, thanks for the share, guys. And yeah, shame at the moment we can't rave anyway. So, might need to temporarily change your name. So what else? Can we do a live session on Facebook? Yeah, I guess you mean like a live DJ stream. So yeah, we were just talking about that'll be coming. Not even a start and finish remix yesterday. I got catching up to do. I need to just, even if I finish one tune. So one for Dale.
Okay. No. No, I think time. When we did the grand finale Bionic Anthem, I contributed quite a bit to that, not just the vocals. I was in the studio working with the guys, giving ideas and doing different things. So I contributed quite a bit to that. It's just time. I've seen them use the software and it's really complicated. And yeah, I think it's just time in learning the software. And I just haven't got that time to learn it. And I think if I'd done it, I'd want to be able to do it well, and I think that would just take time. So at the moment, no, unfortunately not.
But even though you're saying no, you're still going to be involved in a lot of tracks going forward.
Oh hell yeah! Oh god yeah! I still want to sit in the Chewbacca chair next to the Han Solo and be the second guy contributing. So yeah. Going forward, but as far as being the man in charge of the mouse, no.
Yeah, I think that when it comes to writing music, you can get involved in the writing without having the technical sort of know-how. And even though some people maybe think that your input would not be much, that's actually wrong. And like you can have I when I've worked with people in the past, maybe you haven't had the technical ability, the track has ended up sounding just completely different to anything I would ever write by myself. So, you don't necessarily need to have the technical skills to have a big input on a track. And yeah, what do you think, Jamie?
There's a lot of people that are involved in making music that don't have a clue how to put it down in the DAW, and I think having ideas for a track is one of the biggest things for me. If somebody can sit at the side of me and they're full of great ideas, and working collaboratively with them sort of people is good for everybody.
Yeah, definitely. It's all about bringing like something to the table, so and I think if you've got someone with good ideas, sometimes it's quite cool to sort of sit back a little bit and let them sort of take the sort of lead and then just do the the technical side to it, supporting them. So yeah. Yeah, you'll be getting a preview of that on the next HDUK podcast, which will be maybe 2.5, 3 weeks away, something like that. So yeah, you'll get to hear it there. Oh, sorry, hang on, my questions have just skipped. Okay, sorry, I got it right. Okay, so someone's asking when the next podcast is. Again, guys, you need to click the link above the video and give us permission. We can't put your questions on the screen unless you do that. So, but the next podcast, like I just said, is going to be about 2.5 to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Listen to that.
Mixture. There was some of my stuff, but most of it was hers. Yeah.
Well, listen to that.
What I've done during the lockdown.
Ah, right. Oh, yeah.
Well, I am, as you all know, isn't very long. So.
Okay, cool. Okay, this is a good one.
This virus goes. Do you want it now? Do you want it now? Come on. That's for you, Ben. I can't tell the difference.
Jamie?
I think when you listen to both WAV and MP3 files, you don't really hear a great deal of difference, but it is a fact that an MP3 file is condensed. So I would say that a WAV file is better, more clarity in a WAV file than an MP3 file, just because they take the file and then shrink it and condense it all down into a smaller file. So the MP3 must be lesser quality.
Yeah, it's usually not really noticeable, is it? Not like if you're playing I play MP3s in my set. It's no big deal. All right, guys, I don't think we want to get started on this one. Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah, no, let's just skip that. But yeah, we'll definitely skip that. So okay, sorry, we've had that one already.
I think there's too many to mention, to be honest with this. I think for me, there's so many people making amazing music worldwide, and all I would say is just go onto Beatport and hardstyle.com, and usually daily I go through the top 100 tracks and just see what's new and who's new and check things out. And you can, from doing that, you sort of if you hear a track that you like by a particular artist that you've never really heard about, then it gives you an opportunity to search SoundCloud and other various platforms to be able to check out more work from these guys as well.
Yeah, I try and look for music sort of on a daily basis, and SoundCloud's my go-to, if I'm honest. And I really like SoundCloud because I just love the like normally when you go on a platform, you just look for the artists that you're familiar with. I really like on SoundCloud the way you can just easily repost people's tracks. So what I find a lot is I discover a lot of music that maybe would go unnoticed otherwise. I find like lots of stuff from artists I've never heard of. I really like that as well, because I reckon quite a large percentage of my sets is dropping music from people outside of the mainstream, I guess. So yeah, I love SoundCloud. And as for naming names, yeah, I mean, a good tune's a good tune. So yeah, I mean, there are people who are consistent, but I do like to keep my eyes open for. If anything, I think I prefer it when like I get an artist who comes along who I don't know and they just surprise you with a really good track, especially if they're not that much of a sort of popular name or they're not in the mainstream, because then you've just got an exciting track that people aren't going to have heard. So and I think that's another thing as well. I think it's very easy for people to just keep on supporting the names that they know and playing the new Atmospheres or Headhunters track. Or I think it's really important though to keep looking for new artists and really listen to the music, and instead of just liking something because everyone else likes it or liking it because it's played at all the big festivals, it's really cool to sort of find good music that maybe no one else has sort of discovered yet.
We've covered this one really, I think.
Yeah, we did talk about this, meaning about doing a live podcast. I think something for the future, because it'd be, that'd be a really cool thing to do. But I think, yeah, it's good to do that in the future, definitely.
Yeah, it was when we were coming up with ideas for the podcast before we launched it. We were toying between the idea of, do we do it live, which we were going to do at one point.
Yeah.
And then when we saw all the problems with like Facebook, just pulling down live streams because you were playing a certain tune, we just saw it just wasn't, it wasn't doable. But the one thing we are considering is, going forward, I think maybe what we're going to do is when we launch the podcast, instead of just saying, right, here it is, here's the link, go and listen to it, we are thinking of maybe premiering it on maybe Facebook or YouTube as a video, so people can sort of watch it live as it's premiering. They can comment, get in the chat with it, and then as soon as it finishes playing, it'll be uploaded, a bit like this will. So yeah, so we're thinking of that will probably happen soon as well. The question that doesn't give up.
You're just gonna have to do it.
Yeah, I don't think a bionic reunion will ever happen. That's the answer. Yeah, I mean, I think one thing that everyone who sort of keeps asking for a bionic reunion, the one thing everyone's got to kind of realize is if there was a bionic reunion, it wouldn't be like it was. I mean, everything changes. The scene is very different now to when Bionic was going, and I think people would maybe, if there was one, people would expect it. I think people would maybe expect it to just be exactly like it was, and I just think things have changed too much. I think even if there was one, which I don't think there ever will be, it wouldn't be what people would sort of be hoping for. So I think we've just got to move on. And I think, one of the reasons when we finished Bionic, we just wanted to kind of end it at a high, the last one, I think we had 1,700 people in or something, and it was, it was a sellout, and we just thought, that's how we want to go out. That's how we want to be remembered. And, we've all got the memories from it. And I think, yeah. So, there will be events maybe that we'll do. I'd love to put on an event in the future. I'm sure we'd all want to be involved in an event, and maybe when things kind of get a little bit back to normal and things start picking up again, maybe that's something we'll do. But it would probably be a different project. Different brands involved, different ideas. So yeah, that's the answer to that one.
Good answer.
Live set. Okay, so do you mean like a Q&A, or do you mean like a sort of live stream sort of DJ session every Friday? Let us know what you mean and we'll answer that. So again, there's a few questions as well where people haven't clicked that link in the comments, so you need to click that just so we can display the comments on the screen, otherwise we can't. No chance. Do you know what? I mean, the reason I've never done an album is because up until recently, I've felt like I've never been kind of happy with. I've not felt I've been at a level like a skill level where I've been that happy with my music that I felt like I would want to put an album out. I feel like I'm maybe sort of almost there now, but I need to work on my workflow. Like, Jamie said, he's smashing out. So, I mean, how many tunes have you done in the last 6 months?
I don't know, man. I've lost count. Maybe 20 or so. I don't know. Yeah,
I mean, I need to be able to do that before I can think about an album. So I think I feel like I'm maybe they're almost there sort of technically now, and I would be happy with the quality of music to do an album, but I don't think I'd be able to put it together fast enough. And I think what would happen is, as I was getting to sort of halfway through the album, I'd want to go back and change all the first tracks. So yeah, I need to work on my workflow and just, yeah, I'd love to do one day. I really would. So yeah, that's my answer there. Yes, thanks guys. Wicked, cool. Yeah, I thought, yeah, hope you had a good one. I think you need to produce something dark. Your thoughts? Yeah, it would. I'm not against it. I'm not the biggest fan of sort of dark music. I do usually prefer stuff that's maybe a little bit more uplifting. But saying that, Jamie, did what was your sort of quite darkish sort of raw track you did recently?
I've done a few.
There was one I loved.
Yeah,
Falling. Is it Falling? I'm Falling.
Yeah, Falling. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's epic. So like maybe something like that, like an epic sort of. If you go and check out Jamie's "I'm Falling" track, it's if I was going to do something dark, it would be something along that style, along that spooky sort of D Block and Estefan style. So yeah, I'd be up for that. I always like to change it up in the studio. So yeah, I'd be up for that.
Your 200 BPM tune wasn't planned, was it? So
yeah, that's yeah that. We actually had the idea as we were making it, and we thought, no, that's a terrible idea, is it? And then the next thing we did pump it up to 200 BPM. So,
but it's still quite uplifting and euphoric, though. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So, all right.
No.
Yeah. I'm as young as you come, I think, but yeah.
I'm surprised you asked to ask that. So
I sense sarcasm.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit.
Yeah, good point. Yeah. Shout out to the Tremor boys.
Tremor,
absolutely smashing it with what they're doing. So yeah, good to see those guys doing well. Jamie?
Yeah, it's something that I've thought about a few times, but again, it's adding all these little things in that you sort of think about and then you forget about it because you're doing other things, and it's finding time to do stuff like that, I think. But if anybody wants to know how to process hardstyle leads and any leads for any track, just go on YouTube. There's tutorials for everything you could ever want to know on YouTube nowadays, and yeah, I mean that's all I've done myself for years, is just self-taught myself everything that I do, and anything you want to do, you can find it online.
Yeah, definitely. I've always had in the back of my mind, should I do some tutorials? But again, like Dale said earlier as well, it's finding time for these things, and like I don't like to do anything by halves either. I like to, like when we do something, I like to put like a lot of effort in and make sure it's done properly. And so if I did tutorials, I wouldn't want to just quickly do one and put a couple out. I would want to, make sure it was all nailed, look the part, and the sound quality, picture quality, everything was perfect. So yeah, at the moment, no, because it's finding time, but maybe never say never. I don't know. I would like to do it, but it's just, another thing on that big long list. So
just another thing to add to that as well. I think that working with other producers as well helps you to build your skills and learn new things. Everybody does things slightly differently, and I think that when you spend time in the studio with other producers, you pick little things up as you're going along, working with different people, and obviously just adds loads more strings to your bow when you're working by yourself.
Yeah, definitely. I think like the way I do everything, and I think maybe Jamie might agree with this, the way I do absolutely everything, you could almost say is literally a combination of just tips I've picked up from other people and then put it together in my own way that I think works the best for me. So yeah, I remember Joey Riot said to me a long time ago that was the one thing he felt like had really benefited him, and that was just working with so many different people. Because he said, you think about it, he said, if you work with 100 people in a year and you pick up one little trick off everyone, you've just learned to handle it. Yeah. Yeah, no, in my street, my neighbors would. Yeah, I mean, what? Again, I'm not getting into that conversation, but are we going to be allowed to when this is all over? Yeah, I got a funny feeling street parties and things might be slightly frowned upon when this is all over. Yeah, I hope things are back to normal in June. I mean, it's only 2 months away, though, isn't it? So it's hard to say.
Oh, Christ, Adele. People queuing outside your house.
Yeah, that's asking for trouble, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think that might go against like self-isolation.
Yeah.
Fruity Master, no, anyone?
Yeah. He's a guy who does quite a lot of tutorials on YouTube. Again, he's for the previous question about processing leads and things like that. Definitely check out Fruity Master. There's Fruity Master. There's a guy called D-Tunes as well. Definitely both worth watching, and they both have silent banks and things like that you can buy for relatively cheap as well. It's definitely definitely check them out.
Cool. What's up, Lee?
I'm Lee. Afternoon.
All right, Ken.
Thank you.
Thanks for that.
KD project.
Who's the best drinker out of you?
I think Jamie's the quickest drinker.
Yeah, Jay. Yeah, I think we could probably all tick this box, but for different reasons. Jamie's definitely the quickest. I would say, yeah. I don't know, Dale. I think you're the biggest lightweight. Although I don't know, we both give it a good go. Especially when we're in Scotland and Ireland, I think. Oh yeah, and of course, Colin being from Scotland would know all about that.
Yeah, he really would. Yeah,
and his missus would know that as well. She's one for trying to get you hammered on drinks, isn't she? So, okay, what's the first track you ever produced?
Cool.
GSI one, is it?
Say again?
Could be a GSI one.
Yeah. So I guess it depends whether you mean by myself or like a sort of.
Yeah, okay, yeah, it's a solo one, yeah.
Yeah, so before Cali and Juice, there was GSI, which stood for Gary, Sean, and Ian, which was me, Juice, and his brother Sean. So and before that, there was S&I, which was just me and Sean, and yeah, we didn't release anything, just the two of us. We just dabbled and made some tunes. So the first release we ever had was one called GSI by GSI, which was sort of breakbeat hardcore. So that was, back in the 90s. That was a long time ago. My first track by myself, shit. What was yours, Jane?
I have no idea.
My first one would have been like a bootleg or something, because I remember when I started learning, I just started with bootlegs because it was easier than making a sort of full track. So, yeah, it would have been one of I can't even remember what, but one of the first bootlegs that we were doing back in the sort of Cali and Juice days. Yes, Lucas, how's it going?
I'm good, man.
Yeah, or nay for
what?
Yeah, kicks.
Kicks.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what kicks are. Yeah.
No.
I don't know. Let's keep up the great work. Cheers, John. I'm guessing he's laughing about his missus there because he knows what his missus like with the shots and stuff. Hang on, I've just accidentally skipped tons of questions here.
And he saw bottles of Jack Daniels that time in effect last year.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a good point. And probably the mess on us as well.
Yeah, good point, yeah.
Hey, how's it going, LJ?
No, LJ, yeah. Siren?
Yes, Alex, old school.
Alex, old school. Yeah.
Yeah, we're all good. Thanks, mate. how's your firework rocketed with more? Yeah, do you know what? I mean, this is why I haven't made any music. This is my excuse. But yeah, no, when I lost all my gigs, I thought, okay, well, at the time I had a decent amount of like studio work coming in on Fiverr, and I wasn't sure what was going to happen when obviously everyone was locked down. But I mean, it definitely hasn't gone quieter. If anything, it might have got a little bit busy. So I'm guessing, yeah, people are home now. They're working on music projects. So then they're sending me tracks to master and like vocals to edit and stuff like that. So yeah, it's at the moment I feel like it's picked up. So yeah, so I kind of hope it'll last, but I also would like, the odd bit of time to work on some music. So we'll see. Yeah, Lloyd, how's it going, man? Yeah, just gutted, really. Just really gutted. I think the start of the year as well. The start of the year is always a quiet one with gigs, and it was kind of getting to a point where everything was just picking up, and gigs were starting to get busy again, and then they were cancelled. So yeah, I know April was a particularly busy one for me. So I think I lost a good few gigs in April, which was really gutting.
Yeah, same. I'd sort of got to a point first half of the year where I was having 4 or 5 bookings every month, and then obviously I think there's only 2 of them that haven't been cancelled or postponed. So I'm sort of looking at I don't rely on the gigs as sole income really. So still obviously miss being out playing the clubs and stuff, but financially it's not hit me too bad.
And the summer was starting to look good. There was a lot of new festivals and a lot of really cool stuff to look forward to. So yeah, really, really disappointing and disheartening.
Yeah,
not here yet, so fingers crossed.
It's good to see that the majority of them events have been postponed to later dates rather than being cancelled. So that's again something that we can hopefully look forward to for the back end of the year. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, September and October are really busy, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the worst thing is losing a couple of the festivals, like that Hidden Wonderland. That was a new festival, and that was really exciting, and they built up such momentum, and that momentum has just been pulled from under their feet, and that's postponed now till next year, which is a shame. So
and there were pre-parties off the back of that as well. So the festival went, but of course then the sort of 3 or 4 pre-parties, which were events all over the UK, including Ireland and Scotland, I think. So they all got pulled as well. So yeah, it's had an awful knock-on effect, unfortunately.
Yeah. What do you guys think?
I would personally say just make a lot of noise about what you're doing, and be as active as you can online. Keep throwing music at people, throwing mixes at people, and attend events. Let promoters know who you are, and if you support the events, then hopefully the events will support you.
Yeah, definitely. I think Sarah, I think you're doing a really good job of it as well, because your name seems to be popping up a lot on social media, and I think there's a way of doing it as well. I think some people are kind of a little bit OTT and it can get annoying as well, but I think maybe one cool post a day, just updating people, letting them know what you're up to, getting involved in live streams, which I know you're doing. So yeah, it's about putting yourself in a position so that people can notice you without kind of shoving yourself down people's sort of throats. I think some people are like in your inbox just sending mixes all the time, and I don't think that's the best way to go about it. I think if you put yourself out there and you're sort of working hard and just being thoughtful about the way you're putting yourself out there, that will get noticed. I don't think you need to be in everyone's faces, and so just keep yourself out there on social media. If you take every opportunity you can get as well. If you get an opportunity to, if someone asks you to be involved in a podcast, do it. Live stream, do it. If someone wants a mix off you for something, do it. And yeah, just keep working hard.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what? I was tempted to grow it, and I actually cut it a couple of days ago. So no, I don't think it's going to get much longer.
You can get a good Jedi beard going on there, dude.
What's that?
You can get a good Jedi beard going on there.
Yeah, I don't know. Every time I've ever tried to grow it, I just get too frustrated by it, and I just think I'll stuff it and cut it all off. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm happy with it like it is. All right, cool. So there's someone saying hello from Australia, but I can't show the comment because they haven't clicked the link in the post. So remember, guys, click the link in the post if you want us to put your comment on the screen. But yeah, what's up, all our Australian fans there? Nice that you're joining us. I started with 100 and worked down tracks.
So let's talk about what we spoke about earlier on.
I was talking about the chart, I would have thought, on Beatport and stuff.
Yeah. So, top 100 on Beatport and hardstyle.com. Yeah, always a good place to look. And yeah, SoundCloud, like you said. Hey guys, I'm back. So, yeah, big shout out to all the key workers right now, including Anton.
Wow.
How you guys going? 2 questions. Good, interesting question. Yeah. All right, mate. How's it going? Another one from down under here. So nice that the Aussies are joining us for this. Okay, what's your working style? What do you reckon, Jane? What would you say?
For me, it's just I just put so much time in the studio. I spend hours whenever I've got any free time. I'm sat in the studio just working on music. I'd say that my working style is I hate to Ian will agree with this one. I hate to wait around for stuff. If there's an idea there and we sort of agree that we're going to do something, I just want to get my head down and start doing it. And I hate sort of waiting around to do stuff and waiting on sort of certain aspects and other people to do things and stuff like that. I like to just crack on. So I would say my work, I would say I'm proactive.
Impatient.
Yeah, that's what we call it. Yeah, I wish I was more like that. I'm probably a little bit more of a procrastinator and kind of get a little bit more distracted. So, yeah, but I mean, I also, I suppose you could look at what's your working style in a few different ways. I mean, if you mean like sort of music production, maybe. I mean, referencing is key. I think that's always my number one tip to anyone. Just, when I'm working, I'm just constantly referencing, constantly listening to other tunes, and I think that's really important. It's a little bit like, so say for example, if you're an athlete and you run 100 meters and you haven't got a clock, so you're not timing yourself, then you might run it and you might think, yeah, that was amazing, but it's not until you actually compare that run with someone else, or you look at the time, that you actually know if it actually was any good at all. And I think it's a little bit like referencing. You can write something and it'll sound maybe amazing to you, but I think until you actually compare it, then you don't really know if it is. So yeah, I don't know if that answers the question a little bit as well, but yeah, I think referencing plays a big part in like a sort of working style. So and affiliations, we're all kind of free, aren't we? Sort of yeah.
Some of us are sort of locked into a specific label. Obviously, we have music signed to different labels, and in regards to the publishing and A&R and everything else, and that's normally managed by the publishing team behind whichever label you've signed the track to.
Yeah, I have got a publisher. I've got a publisher, but again, I'm not tied to any particular labels. I just like working with labels that I like working with. Sometimes you give a track to a label and maybe you don't get the sort of support you're looking for. So regardless of how big the label is, I think sometimes, that does put me off. So yeah, I have, in the past we had sort of a Bionic Digital. We had the Our Style label, so I was sort of, heavily involved in running those. And I think part of the reason for ending those was because I think if you've got, firstly, I think running a label was it was always more a full-time job, and I was never able to give it that sort of effort. But secondly, I think if you put out a label and that's all you're focused on, your music literally is just going to one audience all the time. I think if you can give your music to different labels, you're constantly putting that music out to different audiences. So like, for example, if we put something out on reverse bass, like, which, you know, we've all done, then we're hitting like the Australian sort of crowd. Then we'll put something on, you know, a different label, and we're hitting like a European crowd or UK. So yeah, I think it's good to not kind of be locked down and having that sort of bit of freedom. TV and film, that's an interesting one though. I'd love to get more involved in that. I know our friend Nutty T in the chat, he's kind of gone down that route, and that's something I've always kind of had a bit of interest in, but also never kind of looked into it. So have you either of you guys ever looked into that?
We've done videos for a few of the tunes we've done in the past, and they were good fun, and I think they also added to the music as well. So you've got a video to go with the actual music. You know, it'd be good to be able to do, you know, more things like that, I think, going forward.
Yeah.
With radio companies, you know, there's nothing nationally, and we're not affiliated with anyone, but, you know, we're constantly doing live shows on local radio stations like Radio Cardiff and things like that.
Yeah, good. That's a good point. Yeah, Radio Cardiff, big shout to those guys. Digital Experience, Martin Dibble. Yeah, they've been fantastic supporting us over the years. So yeah, let's try and skip through some of these. So Twitch, yeah. Yeah, you know, we need to look into that. Just too many social media platforms in there. It's just how many accounts do you want? But no, I know Twitch is a really good one, and I know that's the one experiencing the least problems with live stream at the moment. So when we do live stream, yeah, we'll definitely move on to them. That's a good idea. Cool, fab idea, bro. Yes, thank you. Okay, good. Yeah, I agree. Sure. Yeah, I 100% agree with that.
I think I'll just throw something in there. Where obviously, everybody has amazing memories from Bionic from over the years and stuff like that, and everybody was disappointed when it ended, and everybody wants a reunion and everything else. But I think, like you were saying before, about obviously if it came back now, it wouldn't be the same formula as it was back then. And I think that's why it's important that people sort of appreciate what was, and then support what sort of brands and different things are going forward, because the concept of HDUK from the very start of everything was to try and build things up in the scene and do something fresh, do something new, and move forward with things. And I think if people support things like that, you know, if HDUK are involved in events or they're doing events, if the people are coming out to support them events, and there's no reason why bigger things can't happen. And you know, the concept really, there's a lot of the guys from Bionic that are involved with HDUK, and you know, a lot of the elements are pretty much similar yet different. And I think that if people sort of embrace the change, then you know, we can have big things again for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And I think as well, don't forget that, you know, I know we've all got like the most incredible memories of Bionic and our sort of times back then, but like, don't forget, like a huge part of that, I know like a big huge part of it was sort of, say, the Bionic side of it, and the, you know, the team effort that everyone put in. But I think just as big a part of it was actually the crowd and the atmosphere. And like, you know, you can get that in any event where people go out and support it. So, you know, don't kind of sit at home waiting for that fantastic thing to happen before you go along and support it. You need to go and support it, and then you will create that fantastic event. So
spot on.
Yeah. So yeah,
good days.
Yeah, and yeah, you know, maybe you couldn't recreate that, but I think you could recreate something as good. Again, it's just about like, you know, don't sit at home and wait for it to happen. Get out there and let's slowly build that and whatever the new thing is, let's build that big up again. And the thing is, I don't think people realize the sort of influence and the sort of power that they've got. like, you know, literally, if you pick any little local event that maybe is for, say, 100 people, and you fill it with 100 people, and then the next one's going to be bigger and better, and then they're going to have more money to put into it, and then book more DJs or bigger DJs, and add more lights and lasers and bigger sound systems. So it's like, you know, I think people sort of wait for the event to come along instead of creating the event themselves by helping the promoters, you know, by going to the events and supporting them. So
yeah,
Barnick was wild. Yeah, true. I think we'll have to wait for that one. No worries, Adele. How you guys managing going from room to room? Is it?
What's he mean there?
I don't know. Yeah.
I guess it's been in moving around.
Yeah, we're not in the same building.
Yeah.
This is more like 200 miles social distancing.
Yeah, live DJ session every Friday. Okay, so, you know, a live DJ thing is on the cards. I don't think it would be weekly, especially not to begin. I'd rather sort of, I don't know. What do you think, guys?
I think every week, maybe not.
I agree, yeah.
I think monthly maybe to start with, and just see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, you know, maybe if we did it, and maybe once we kind of got used to how it would work, and if we could kind of come up with the system so it was quite easy to put together, then you never say never, but it would definitely wouldn't be weekly to start with. We'd sort of test the water, see how many people got involved, and a bit like this, really, you know, we're just testing the water with this as well. So history of Cali album, I need to make more music before I look at anything like that. Yeah, maybe we could do some kind of a house party thing where we're all in different rooms.
We have spoken about that in the past, haven't we? A HDUK house party.
Yeah.
Live streams, but trying to do something a bit different. So, you know, it's good that people have suggested these kind of things, because, you know, they are things that we've been talking about. Hopefully something we can do in the future.
Yeah, definitely. What's your favorite? Well, you put us on the spot here, because we're all going to have to say each other.
Too many again, man.
Yeah, I think I've enjoyed all the back-to-backs I've done. I try and be quite selective about the ones that I pick and choose. Like I've been approached about doing quite a lot over the years, and I'll just say I haven't done them. You know, I haven't done all the ones I've been offered. I think when it comes to back-to-backs, I always like to maybe do a back-to-back set with someone who I've sort of worked with in the studio. So there's that connection already, rather than just chucking you. But I've never been a big fan of sort of just throwing two people back-to-back when there's no kind of, you know, when they haven't maybe done anything before. Or I think it's good to have a reason.
I think it's good to do something a little bit out of the box as well, rather than sort of like a set that everyone sort of would expect. Something a little bit different, like. And just back end of last year, December time, I was booked for an event at Doncaster Warehouse, and I was put on there for a back-to-back set with M-Zone, and for me that was it was an exciting set for me, because obviously I've always been a fan of Mick for years, since back in the 90s and what have you, but because we were sort of a bit sort of different styles as well, like it was interesting to see how it was going to work, and it went really well. So yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, cool. Okay, what we got? Have you got any ones for you, Jane?
Have I got any? Yes. Let me look. Yeah, here we go, guys. Plug. Got a couple of these left. I'm not sure how many I've got left, to be honest. Not too many, about 12 or something. So if anybody wants one, I'll stick a link in the comments somewhere. I don't know. I'll find a link anyway, man. Or just send me a message if you're interested to get one, and we can sort some out, dude.
Cool. HDUK album with loads of artists. Yeah, we've thought about that, haven't we?
Yeah, I think it's definitely something that can be spoke about more, definitely for the future. Again, it's something that would take a lot of time to sort of plan and get done, really. So yeah, never say never.
Yeah, I agree.
That was where Dale's.
Is that water? Well, mine is water, unfortunately. I think this would have gone out. Yeah, this would have been far more different if it was vodka.
Is Dale there to be added back to the stream, dude?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, okay. Sorry. There you go. Any advice on how to get your music to notice on different platforms, Jane?
Again, it's just about sharing things, isn't it? If you post something, if you put a track on SoundCloud, for argument's sake, if you just upload it to SoundCloud and then leave it alone, the reach is not necessarily going to be great, is it? People need to know it's there. People need to hear it. So just share it about. Keep sending it to people, and yeah, just make noise. If you make something and you're happy with it, let everybody hear it.
Yeah.
Raw frames. Is that raw frames?
Yeah.
And you know, mate, you're doing a really good job of what you're doing. You've got stuff quite well in the chats. So yeah, you know, you're doing really well. Fair play.
Yeah, no, your name's come up in conversation a few times, and I think you're definitely one of the ones that are sort of standing out at the moment. I think one tip I can give, which so many, like even big names don't do this, and every time I see it, I'm like, it just doesn't make sense to me. But you need to make sure on every single social media site you've got links to all your other social media sites. The amount of people who don't do that is just crazy. So like, you know, if I came across, like, say, your music on SoundCloud, and I want to, you know, say if I think, like, let's find out a little bit more about this guy, I'll go to your homepage, you know, your profile page, and I'll look, and half the time there's like no links, and you're like, what? This guy isn't telling me where his Facebook is, where, you know, what? There's no bio, there's no like little write up about you. Like, I would recommend that, like, everyone puts a note in the diary, 1st of January every year, update your bio and update all your links, and make sure on your Facebook there's links to all your other pages, on your SoundCloud there's links to all your other pages, because if someone might come across you, they'll go and find out some more, and if you haven't got that information there, they just go, whatever. No one's gonna put the hard work in to go and hunt for you and look. So yeah, if you want to get noticed on different platforms, make sure on every single platform there's links to all your other pages. And one other tip as well, because when you go on somewhere like Twitter, for example, you know, your little bio thing can only be like a small amount of characters. So in that case, what you want to do is you want to get like one link that sends people to somewhere where they can link basically to everywhere else. So there's a cool little app called Linktree, and that's pretty good for that. Or you could just send them to your Facebook and then have all your links on Facebook or wherever the best link is for you. But just make sure wherever that is, it's got links to all your other pages. So yeah, hopefully that helps. Okay, couple of comments here. Again, guys, if you don't click that link in the post, we can't display your comments, so we're gonna have to sort of skip the ones we can't put up there. No chance of Junior. It's looking like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think we need to do a 4-week collab. Mine and J-Trax speed carry for it combined with my evil style, Mr. Shocker on vocals. Yeah, that would be really interesting. That would be really cool. Yeah, I think with collab, the only thing I do tell people is I don't like doing collabs online anymore, because I think most of the ones I've tried have ended up being a bit of a disaster, and yeah, not a disaster, that's the wrong word. They just haven't worked like the way I would like. You know, you'll spend like a long time on like a part of a track, send it to someone, and they'll like spend 1 hour doing a couple of little things and then send it back. And I don't know, I like being in a room with people, and so yeah, maybe we could do that sometime. So GSI old school, yeah, GSI to mention. I'm glad someone else remembers.
Probably only a
yeah. Yeah, what do you think, Gene?
This is a question that so many people say to me all the time, like, why don't you make more commercial music so you can make more money and you can get in the charts and you can be on the radio and all this sort of business? And yeah, I can see that for a sort of business sort of direction, but for me, the passion for me has always been the hard dancing from being a kid. So it's all I've sort of been interested in, and I think to do something well, you need to be passionate about it. So I wouldn't want to just go down a certain route just because I can earn more money, or play to bigger crowds or whatever else. I think you need to have the passion, and the passion for me is hard dance.
I wouldn't think Recon has gone, do you know what, I'm going to start making house and tech and techno. He's obviously got a passion for that as well. He started making it, and he's obviously done very, very, very well out of it. But I think you've got to love what you're doing.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I would definitely go down the commercial route, but I would have to love what I was doing. I would have to pick like a commercial track that I just really, really liked, because I couldn't just work on something just hoping you would get some sort of success from it. If I'm not buzzing about the music, I just yeah,
for sure, man.
Still got the old photos. I've had this in crazy. I know I wouldn't.
Thank you. Camera phones weren't around back then.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah. Okay, guys, what we got? I don't know how much longer do you want us to go on with this? I think we'll.
There's still a few more.
We said an hour, didn't we? And
yeah.
Let's just go through them a bit quicker. So
get through the questions a bit quicker. Okay, cool. Shout out to anyone who remembers the Catapult days. I mean, I miss the record shops, and it used to be this kind of meetup point for everyone, didn't it? So
I think the big thing people won't experience these days is going to the likes of Catapult, because everything is online. You haven't got that physical place like Catapult to go to. So yeah, it's a shame that has changed.
Yeah, I do miss that. Yeah, no worries. Going to hope one of us doesn't start coughing now. Okay, yeah, again, that says Facebook user. Guys, you remember to click that link. Think it's possible to be a DJ without being a producer anymore? Possible, but very, very difficult. I would say you would be in the like 1% of people who manage to get somewhere without producing. It's just making it harder for yourself. It's really difficult. Although saying that, I would say if you're not going to be a producer and you want to DJ, I think you need to do something else. So even if it's not producing, maybe get into like event promotion or start a podcast or start a label. I think you do need something. It's a little bit like, you've got to bring something to the table, haven't you? So yeah, maybe you don't need to be a producer, but I do think you need to be doing something as well as just DJing.
I think there's so many people that want to be a DJ. How are you going to stand out from all those people? You need to be doing something extra on top of it, whether that's production or, like you said, a podcast. There needs to be that extra something there, I think.
You've definitely got to stand out from the crowd, because I think the thing nowadays, and I mean, going back a little bit to the first question before when we was talking about vinyl DJs and everything else, and I think that now DJing has become a lot more easily accessible to everybody. So if anybody wants to be a DJ, it doesn't cost a great deal of money anymore. Anybody can be a DJ. Anybody can download music and mix tracks together. So you need to have something else that puts your head above the crowd.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, bang on there, Sean. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to mention that earlier, but
Yeah, we didn't say that. Yeah.
it's a bit hard to do. But yeah, Sean's spot on there. You know, attend the events you wanna play at. Get to know the people, so people know who you are. It's
Yeah. If there's a particular event you want to play at, you know, say if there's two DJs who want to play at an event, and one of them is just flooding that person's inbox with mixes, and the other one is going to their events, the one who goes to the events is going to get the set every time, because, you know, promoters want to see people who are like keen, who are involved in the scene, who are supporting them. Like if you support someone, they're going to, you know, there's that thing of reciprocation in there. They're going to want to support you back. So yeah, do what Sean says. That's a cracking tip. Okay.
You hardcore.
yeah. And hard got that hardcore now as well.
Yeah. Yeah, as I'm doing so much studio work for other people at the moment, I'm lucky because I get to work on lots of different styles for other people, which obviously my name doesn't go on, but I really enjoy that, working on different music, so for other people. So yeah, I think even when I've had to go at like genres which like maybe I'm not massively fussed on, like techno, I have ended up enjoying it because I'll just make something that I, you know, make it to in a way that I like it. So yeah, I wouldn't say I've got a sort of favorite. A good tune's a good tune. It doesn't really matter what genre. No worries. Well, what's that? The old kitten's haircut.
Thank you, Anton.
Yeah. Okay, not sure who that is, but nice to see some smiling faces. No worries. New music coming soon, hopefully, from all of us. Joke and fight, man. Oh, I can't take it.
Wow.
Yeah, we can't see who that is. So again, guys, click that link. I guess that's just someone being tagged. Sorry.
Oh, like show.
No.
Like a sort of boxing, so that kind of thing, is it?
Yeah. You've with the Fiverr stuff, you must have done some unusual stuff, have you?
Yeah, because one of my Fiverr jobs is creating like intros, and I think it started off just like intros for DJ sets, but I have had some, you know, I've done lots of different intros for different things. So like intros for like maybe podcasts, and like sort of festival sets. I've done a few intros for that. Just trying to think if there's anything sort of really bizarre. I made one kind of like sort of short little intro thing for a guy who worked in a sauna. I think he was a DJ in the sauna. That was it.
DJ in the sauna.
Yeah, it was a little bit bizarre. So in the intro, I had like all these sounds of like water running and bubbles. And if you actually go to the Fiverr gig and you flick through the examples, I think it's there somewhere, so you can probably hear it. So yeah, I'd love to do something like, if anyone was doing like boxing or something like that, or yeah, I'd love to do like create like a sort of intro for something like that. So yeah, if anyone's out there who knows anyone, that would be really cool to do. Yeah, I'd love that. Yeah, that sounds like me a few years ago. So when we were kind of going through the sort of you know, the breakup of sort of Cali and Juice, and when that all stopped, and kind of everything happened at once. It was like, you know, Cali and Juice finished, Bionic finished, and I felt exactly the same as you. I really went off hardstyle, couldn't find the tunes I wanted to play, and that was when I started up my alias Raptura, where I was doing like dubstep and EDM and sort of progressive house, and I think I had like 3 or 4 releases out, and it made me find my love of producing music again. And even though I've kind of gone back to hardstyle now and gone away from that, I think that helped me get my love back from it. And I think, I think the break from hardstyle definitely did me good. And I think up until that point, I think I'd been trying to write music for, you know, Cali and Juice. Rather than writing music I wanted to write, I was trying to like go for a particular sound which I felt we represented. And when I went towards the EDM stuff, all of a sudden I was like free to write what I wanted. And I think even though I thought I'd gone off hardstyle, I hadn't. What I'd gone off was writing for like a sort of I felt like I was trapped in a little box that I had to write a particular style. So yeah, I have been through that, and I think, you know, always follow what, you know, your kind of heart, and always make what you really want to make. And if that leads you to a different style, cool, and it might lead you back again, you know, you never know. So have you had that, James? Or
I agree, and I think that sometimes as well, even if you're just writing hardstyle, you know, still just stay true and be passionate about what you want to be doing, because just because certain artists in the genre are going down a certain route doesn't mean that we all have to try and follow suit, you know. So I think just I'll always write music that I enjoy to write, you know, whether that's hardstyle or hardcore or trance or whatever it is, you know. As long as I'm enjoying doing it, I'll keep doing it.
yeah, agreed. All right, guys, to the anons. How's you guys? Okay. Yeah, no, you've hit the nail on the head there. You definitely don't want to shove your, you know, you definitely don't want to spam. What I used to do, which I don't do anymore, which is a terrible idea. And, you know, some of these things you learn by doing it, and then, you know, realizing that's not the way. I literally, at one point, I think I joined like about 100 different Facebook groups, and I would just, on the day of release, make a little write-up, put the link, get the artwork, and just spam it in every, like 100 different groups. And yeah, I think that's the worst thing you can do. So now I think there's probably like 3 or 4 groups I use that I chat in. You know, I'll like and comment on other people's music instead of just going in there just to, you know, contribute nothing, and then just go listen to me. I'll, you know, get to know people in like 2 or 3 groups, and, you know, make sure like people see me in there. So then when it comes time to then post your track, people aren't like, you know, people will give you the time of day if you do that. So yeah, definitely don't spam. I would, you know, choose a couple of groups you like being in, you know, you've got some friends in, and when it comes to posting your tracks and mixes, I think people will be interested.
Got to earn your post, don't you? So that you're not, you know.
Yeah. If you give people time of the day, they'll give you time of the day. And yeah, going back to your first bit as well. Yeah, every release now I pay to advertise. You know, even the podcast we pay to sponsor that. I think you do with your releases, James.
Yeah, it's something that we was discussing a few weeks ago, wasn't it? About just because there's a lot of work that needs to go into the paid advertisements as well. You've got to sort of research what you're doing and make sure that your content's being sent to the right people, because there's no point paying for promotions and advertisements and stuff that are just going to be sent to random people all over the world. You know, if people aren't interested in what it is that you're sharing, then there's no point sharing it. So you've got to make sure it's going to the right audience.
Yeah, like Jamie said, I think a lot of, sorry, go on.
I was going to say the detail you put into the Facebook campaigns for the podcast is unreal. You know, it's not just sent to anybody. Yeah. If you go into it deeply, the sort of options you've got is incredible.
Yeah, I think a lot, like when it comes to Facebook advertising, a lot of people will do a post, click underneath the post to boost it, and then they'll just say like, I want to spend £5, £10, show all my friends, and then that's as deep as they go. If you're serious about it, you need to treat it like a business, and you need to learn about Facebook advertising, because if you you get 10 times better results, not by sponsoring your post, but by going into the back end of Facebook advertising. You create everything in the back end, and then you target different groups of people. And also what you do is you target like multiple groups of people. I mean, the detail, like Dale said, is incredible. And what happens is if you target like several groups of people, when you run the ad, Facebook will throw the ad out to all those people. And then if it starts performing better to certain groups, Facebook will go, right, let's put more money to this group of people, more money to that group of people. And then, so yeah, I won't bore you with the details, but, you know, treat it seriously, treat it like a business, and learn about it. And there's plenty of YouTube tutorials about all that. So, okay, right, should we try and wrap it up and flick through?
Yeah, just flick through some.
Numbers going up slightly, so we'll. Perfect ticket for me. Will you be coming back to play in Scotland? Yeah, hopefully this is over. We'll be back very soon. So, what would be a dream set if money was no option? Like somewhere for us to play, you mean?
To book somebody, is it?
Well, yeah, an event maybe, is it? Yeah.
Yeah, next question saying again about who would you book if you could get anybody. So
oh, okay, dream set. If you could book anyone, all right, okay. Do you know what? I
don't know.
If it was hard style, I'd probably say at the moment maybe T-Block and Estefan.
Yeah.
If it was anything, I'd probably say Kubrick. I've always wanted to see him live. So anyone into like turntablism and hip hop and stuff, they'll know who he is. He's just incredible. Okay, cool. I like Campfire. Yeah.
The stuff he makes, brilliant.
Yeah, Miss Catapult. Oh, hang on. Long.
Eventful.
Yeah, definitely eventful. And I mean, I think I probably never would have guessed back then I'd still be doing it now. So yeah, very, very thankful for that. Yeah, I know. It's mad how big a part of the scene like any record shop was.
Oh, when I first picked up a mic, I was 15 years old. I was in my bedroom and I used to buy cassettes from Fantasia. I used to put that in the play section, get a blank tape, put that to the record, and then I used to MC and stuff over the pre-recorded sets from Fantasia Universe. So that's how I started doing it. And then live was probably in was about 17 years old, maybe. We parked in the States, a couple of 100 people there, and my mate was DJing, and I went over with it. I've got tapes actually, recordings of sets I've done when I was sort of 15, 16. My mates, he bought decks, and we got over and we recorded a set. I need to perhaps dig them out and check them out first and perhaps put them up online just to see what they're like.
Sure. No, the quick answer is no. Do you know what? The idea popped in my head and we actually haven't spoken about it. So yeah, I could see that happening at some point. I love what those guys do. I think they're awesome. And I like Jamie, I'm really into the hardcore sound at the moment. So yeah, if you're listening, guys, maybe we should make that happen. So yeah, good shout. All right, boys, cool. We can't see that. Mason Shorey, we want a boxing intro. Awesome. Tell him to give me a shout. Hey lads, hey Kidstock. I hope Kidstock's coming back soon with something special. Hey there.
Photo keyring. I actually have, yeah. Yeah, I don't know where it is, but I do still have it somewhere. Yeah, I do. Yeah, it's in one of the drawers here, definitely.
Awesome. All right, guys. Cool. I think we should wrap it up there. So hope you enjoyed. Let us know what you thought of it. Please tell us in the comments what you thought. if you want us to do it again, if you've got any other ideas or like maybe a particular theme for this kind of chat, I mean, if enough people want it and we got ideas to keep it interesting, we'll make a regular thing of it. So,
I mean, maybe we can do a poll as well going forward. So if we did more of these, what kind of things you would discuss, what kind of things you would talk about, and maybe get a poll up at some point as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Guys, yeah, so thanks for joining us, and yeah, thanks for joining us, and cheers, Gav. We'll be back soon.
Yeah, see you soon, guys.
Cheers, guys.
Good evening, guys. Laters.